Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Deborah Baker, and I am not clever enough to be able to turn my phone around because I don't normally record on my phone. So you just get to look at the trees here in beautiful Magnolia, Texas. This is Deborah Baker, and I thank you for joining me for this meditation. Let's just relax and tune in. Listen to the neighborhood dogs barking at the neighborhood deer. Yeah, I think we all need this time to just chill and relax. So let's take a nice deep breath, filling up our chest. Holding it for a moment and then releasing it really slowly. And now let's take a deeper breath and breathe into our chest and our upper back. Holding it for a moment and then releasing it really slowly. And now let's take the deepest breath we've taken all day. Breathing into our chest, upper back, all the way down into our belly. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. Feel your whole torso kind of expand. Hold it for a moment and then release it really slowly. And now let's relax our bodies. I think everybody this time of year, mid-December, really needs to just kind of relax. There's a lot going on this time of year. We're getting ready for the winter solstice. Easy for me to say, right? And that means that it's going to be the shortest day, the longest night, which I kind of like the idea of because I'm a night person, but it's also just kind of an adjustment for us. But the good news is after next week, the days will be getting longer and we'll get a little bit more daylight every day. So let's begin with our feet and legs. So press your feet and legs together and ankles. Press your knees, your upper thighs, as though you're like squeezing the middle line. Take a breath and squeeze it all together and then release it. And feel the blood flow in your legs and your feet. And now pull up your pelvic floor. You tighten your glutes, your lower abs, and just kind of squeeze the pelvis. Take a breath, squeeze, 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 and then release it nice and slowly. And now let's do the midsection up to the rib cage. So pull in your abs and that bird's loud, isn't it? Your abs and your back, your sides. Just imagine kind of giving your midsection a little hug. Take a breath and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull your back in, kind of like massage your back with your mind and your thoughts and your breath. And then release it really slowly. And now let's move up to the rib cage. And with the rib cage comes the hands and the arms. So first, form your hands into gentle fists. And then bring them up to your shoulders. Tuck your arms into your sides. So squeeze your arms, your upper and lower arm muscles. And then and press your hands to your shoulders and then pull your arms forward so you're squeezing the front of your body and giving the front of your rib cage a little bit of a hug. Take a breath and squeeze, 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 and then And now we're going to do it to the back. So pull your shoulder blades together. Keep your arms tucked to your sides. Pull your shoulder blades together. Take a breath and just kind of squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in the back, your upper back, shoulders. And then squeeze, 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 and then let it go. It feels so good. And now let's do our head, neck, and shoulders. So pull your shoulders up and squeeze your neck, shoulders up to your ears. Tuck your chin gently. Imagine like pulling all of your skin to your skull, your hair to your skull. Tuck your chin, like I said. Squeeze your neck with your shoulders. Take a breath and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let it go. Let your shoulders fall down. And plug a little weight in your arms so that your shoulders really go down and your neck stretches out and relaxes. And I think sometimes we just need to hear and know that all is well. And all is well. We know all is well, but sometimes we just need to have that validated. So let's focus on that idea. All is well. And imagine the energy field of the universe. Whether you look at it as divine order or divine energy, God, some people call it the Holy Spirit, some people call it the flow of the universe, universal life force. Whatever it is, we know that it is moving in, through, and as us, and in, through, and as the world around us. Meaning, in short, all is well. All is well. Let's just hold on to that thought and take a breath into it. All is well. There's plenty of time to do what is mine to do. I invite you to think that with me, maybe even say it to yourself or think it. There's plenty of time to do what is mine to do. Because sometimes life takes a frantic pace. And I can attest to that this past week. Things, life throws you curveballs. Things you're not expecting, or things you're expecting that maybe are bigger than you thought they'd be, or more difficult, or more challenging. Whatever it is, what we know is that we are spiritual, divine beings having a human experience. Having a human experience in which we can align our human bodies and our human thoughts with all that is, with the universe, with the universal life force, with the universal flow. So let's just take a breath and imagine that there is this invisible flow actually going around our bodies right now. Kind of like you're floating in a gentle river, and it's flowing around you. And let's let go. And let the flow move us. Let go and allow the universal life force to be even more fully present in each of our cells, in our entire bodies, in each of our thoughts, in each of our emotions. You know, emotions are our natural response to life. And we can allow the universe, the universal life force, the flow, to be a part of our emotions. Because the cool thing about emotions is they move. They are energy, and when we don't hold on to them or resist them, they move naturally through us. And we can trust that movement, we can trust that flow, knowing that God, you know, the one presence and the one power is in the middle of that flow, is guiding that flow, is that flow. So another way to put it is, let's take a breath, take a deep breath, nice and slow, and invite God's presence into our experience, into our lives. Invite the one presence and the one power to move in, through, and as us. Invite the presence to move into, I don't know if you can hear it, but I think it's a saw, a power saw, somewhere in the distance. I foolishly thought that the quiet place here where I am would be outside. But there's a lot of sound outside as well. Squirrels and birds and people doing their work. God is moving through, in, through, and as all of this. So again, let's welcome the divine presence to be fully present in our bodies, in our healing, if you're healing from something, in our thoughts, so that we think kind thoughts, we think loving thoughts, we think thoughts of love and acceptance, patience and tolerance. We validate ourselves, we congratulate ourselves for showing up in our lives, for being love for whomever needs it today. My dear, dear friend Tamara said to me just this week, "You bring the sunshine," which was one of the most wonderful compliments I've ever received. But I think all of us can make the conscious choice to bring the sunshine, to bring the joy, to bring the comfort, to bring the love. You know, there's lots of talk about things being brought on the first Christmas. But the way I look at it is, it was a spotlight. Things that were already there were being highlighted. The comfort, the joy, the sense of community and love that we can still create and still embrace and bring the love and bring the peace. And sometimes the most peaceful thing we can do is just be there. Be quiet, be there. Be a sense of love and support. So I want to remind you that you are loved, that your presence is loved and appreciated and wanted, even if you don't think it is. You know, everybody has different life situations, and some people don't have family or don't have family nearby, or however it is. But I guarantee you they are loved far more than they realize. And so regardless of your life situation, remember what a precious, precious being you are. Totally precious, totally loved. You are the one presence and the one power moving right here, right now, on this earth, as you. Imagine God giving you a hug and saying, I'm so glad that you were brave enough to choose a human life. Brave enough to be present on earth right now. There are transitions. There are a lot of things changing on earth right now, and it's okay. It's all part of divine order. It's all part of the one presence and the one power. And so let's celebrate our presence here. Let's celebrate everyone in our lives. The privilege of being alive right here, right now. All is well. All is truly, truly well, whether it feels like it or not. Sometimes it's the best when we think it's the worst. Things that happen that feel like devastation or tragedy evolve into something that is the biggest gift we've ever received. We just don't know. So the answer is to hang in there. You take a deep breath, gather yourself together, love yourself. Love yourself and be love to others. And know that you are wanted, you are loved, you are important, you are precious, you are a precious, precious soul. Every time that I hear from one of you, in whatever way, I am just so deeply touched that somehow or other, something that is coming through me reaches you in a way that maybe adds a smile or something to your life. And that is my desire, is to be of maximum service to the universe, to God, to the one presence, and to my fellows, to whomever needs me. And I don't say that, like it's bragging. I just say it because that's kind of how I feel. Let's take another deep breath. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for being patient through my video. I hope it turns out well enough that you hung in here until the end. And the one presence moving in through and as me honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power moving in through and as you. Namaste. And let me remind you, you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. So have a wonderful week.